It is now 6:30 and time for the Murray City Municipal Council meeting. And I'd like to welcome everyone who's here and those who are online, welcome. Also indicate that council members are here with the exception of Rosalba Dominguez, and she has been excused. Also, I'd like to welcome the mayor.
Thank you.
And GL Critchfield, our city attorney, and Brooke Smith, all on the dais. So anyway, welcome all. We will get started with the opening ceremonies. And first, the Pledge of Allegiance. And I've asked Adam Hawk to recite it if you'd come up. Thank you, Adam.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you again. All right, now we are at approval of the minutes, and we have minutes for the council meeting on December 7th, 2021. Are there any changes, additions? Okay. If not, I would appreciate.
I will move we approve the minutes for council meeting December 7th, 2021.
Is there a second?
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. It passes unanimously. There were no other questions. Let's see. Now we'll go to special recognition. This is a part I've been looking forward to. Our special recognition is for the Murray City Council Employee of the Month, which we're going to change that name and we'll discuss it a little further. The Employee of the Month is Kim Sorensen, Parks and Recreation Director. And myself and Mayor Hills will be presenting. So, shall we go to the lectern? Okay, what I have here for Kim. I need to turn. Now, can you hear me? All right. When it says years of service, it says a lot. The reason for recognition: Kim has been working at the city since graduating from high school. He started as a maintenance worker, worked up to becoming the parks superintendent, and eventually took over as Parks and Recreation Director. I've heard that it's about 37 years. About. Give or take a few. Anyway, Kim's been with us a long time. This was submitted by Mayor Hales. So one of the changes we're going to be making is, instead of this being the Murray City Council Employee of the Month, it will be the Murray City Employee of the Month. So we're going to share that. Mayor Hales was the one who initiated this about 10 years ago.
Yeah, about eight.
About 9 years ago. So anyway, I'm going to let Mayor Hales take it over and share more about Kim. So congratulations. Here is your recognition, and there's your $50. I bet that's going to be going. That's what I figured. Mayor Hales.
All right. Big hand for Kim. Kim, come on. He can't really. I'll tell you what, this is the hardest thing in the world to give this to a department head. They want nothing to do with this. They want their employees to receive this. They're not interested in them getting it, except Kim called me and said, I really want it. And I said, I'll give it to you then. We all know that's not true, but anyway, but they really, and I understand it. They really, really want their employees to have this, but it was with us this time. And I thought, okay, we're going to go Kim Sorensen. I knew that I'm good enough friends with Kim that I knew that he wouldn't want it, but he would do it. And this is my fault, really, honestly, Jennifer. This 2 weeks has been a crazy ride, and it's been 2 weeks today, hasn't it? Yeah, 2 weeks today. Feels like 2 years, but it's been 2 weeks, and it's been great. But so I'm going to get some more things put on this. But Kim, like Diane said, 37 years roughly, and I had the opportunity to work with Kim with the World Series for the youth. What do we call it? How come I can't say it? Babe Ruth World Series. And we did the 13-year-olds 1 year, and then what was the other age we did? 14, 15?
I think we did 13 twice.
Okay, so 13-year-old twice. And I'm telling you, it is a major, major project. It was about 10 or 11, 12 years ago. And we did them a few years apart, but it was just a massive undertaking. And Kim, I'm telling you, Kim did a wonderful job. And the great thing about Kim, if you know anything about Kim, he is really even-tempered. And that is nice to have somebody who's even-tempered and can handle the stress without letting us all know he's stressed. And that's a huge compliment to Kim, because I've known Kim for a lot of years. And that's what, honestly, if I have any compliment for Kim, lots of them, but that's my biggest one, is he just runs with things. He's not afraid to run with them. And I know the council, when I was on the council, it was fun hearing from Kim. And he's just, and like I said, even-tempered, and that is a huge thing to be able to have a department head to have that. And anyway, without saying a whole lot, his wife, Cindy, here is a huge part of his life, and they've been blessed with a great family. And my Cindy and I have been blessed to be good friends with Kim and Cindy. And so anyway, we're grateful for all that Kim has done for our city and will continue to do. When I came on board, there were a few people I said, I'm running and so are you. And I said, you don't really have a choice. So Kim was one of them. And I said, you're staying on board with us. So anyway, I'm excited to see what the next 4 years has with Kim. He's working hard on getting that theater done, and just a lot of projects are going to be going on in his area. So thanks to Kim, and we'll give you a big hand, but we're going to make you say something before we end this. But a big round of applause for Kim Swartzen.
I think I only want to say a couple of words, and that is to make sure my wife heard that I'm even-tempered. Council, Mayor, I appreciate the kind words, and I appreciate you. I have to be honest, I'm a little embarrassed getting this, and the reason I'm a little embarrassed is, and probably every department head here will tell you, I think my job's the best job in the city, and definitely that I know of. And the reason for that is I've had the opportunity to work with great mayors, Mayor Kemp, now Mayor Hales, that are very supportive. The council, you're so supportive of Parks and Recreation and the benefits that it gives to our community. And then the employees that I work with, I really don't have to do anything except show up for work and smile and things get done. So I appreciate the words. I appreciate your support, and thank you.
Thank you, Kim, and thanks for all you do. I mean, we We really, really appreciate you. And it'll be fun working with you the next 4 years. So anyway, thanks. All right. Now, the next is citizen comments. And we do have one public hearing, but this is the time for comments just about whatever you want, whatever you want to talk about to address the council. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Step to the microphone, state your name and city of residence, and fill out the required form. Are there any?
Good evening, Mayor, council members, citizens. Is that working? No, okay, good. My name is Beverly Krangle, live in Murray. Vine Street is being widened to accommodate sidewalks and a continuous middle turn lane. The biggest problem is the middle turn lane, which will increase speed and the speed of already cars that are speeding 50 and 60 miles an hour sometimes. And the biggest problem we have is that the children going to 3 different elementary schools that live on the south side of Vine Street and the south side of 5900 South will have to cross a busy street that's wider with a middle turn lane, cars going faster, and they'll have to either dodge the speeding cars and trucks or their parents will have to drop them off and drive them to school. Either scenario is not good. There are very few crosswalks. If you go from 2nd East to Highland Drive, there's maybe like 5 crosswalks. Only 2 of them, there's only 4, and only 2 of them have stoplights. And my husband saw a woman almost get hit. She had to jump out of the way just a few weeks ago, and that was an adult. So what about kids? And they have all these biking programs and walking. They want kids to go to school, but walk and bike there. Which one of you would like to be the one to tell parents that their child was killed on the way to school? All an abundance of safety measures that need to be considered are found in the Federal Highway 20 Proven Safety Countermeasures for Reducing Accidents and Fatalities, Zero Death Initiative, the National Transportation Safety Board warning of the deadly epidemic of speeding. Consequences are deadly when the designs promote speed. Safety teachings and principles of national and international architects and landscape designers and Cities Safer by Design. They all advocate narrower roads. Safe Routes to School, Safe Routes Utah now is the name of the Utah program to help divert speed and traffic away from schools. Yet we're pushing more speed to our schools. Values stated in the 2017 Murray General Plan. I feel like I'm living in a different continent, not the city of Murray, when I read the 2017 Murray General Plan and then look at the plan, what they're doing to Vine Street. And most of all, the citizens' pleas over the last 4 years to look at, to refrain from making Vine Street a highway. The contractor brought me a highway bulletin. I've got it in my briefcase, a 40-page brochure on why we needed a continuous middle turn lane. And I started reading it, and it's for highways. And we don't want a highway in Vine Street. We have I-215 on the south, and we have Van Winkle Express on the north. So the statements that the design has already been completed and that Vine Street requires more safe and continuous transportation, they're not being realized in what's going on. I have records of information sent and signed petitions seeking safety designs that over several years that have just been ignored. Have you ever started a project and got into the middle and realized that another project would be superior? Please do this with Vine Street.
Beverly, time's up.
Okay, thank you. Please consider more safety designs. Thank
Great.
you. I think that's not mine.
Thank you, Beverly. Did you fill out your form? Great, thanks. Are there any other citizen comments? Okay, seeing none, we'll continue. There's no consent agenda scheduled, so we'll go to the public hearings. The first is consider an ordinance amending the city's fiscal year 2021 to 2022 budget. Brenda Moore is presenting. Hi, Brenda.
One second.
Brenda is our finance director, among other things.
Crap, that's not going to work. I was going to do this standing up, but then I realized I didn't put my little thingy in the computer because it sits in the computer, the screen at my office. So this before you, thank you for having me here and holding this public hearing so that we can amend our 2022 budget. It's my budget opening number 2. I usually do between 3 and 4 budget openings a year, depending on what comes up and what is happening. So tonight's we have a whole bunch of grants and reimbursements that we have received that we cannot spend until we get your approval. So we have received $1,660 in beard donations from the police officers and the fire chief so that he could grow a beard over the October. And firefighters I think are allowed, or at least the chief is. I don't know about the rest. We got some Zap funding. We get this almost every year. This is the highest at $90,000. That will go into the general fund reserves because we do support and subsidize the arts program to. So this particular grant we put into the reserves to kind of help supplement our money, and then after that, the other small ones that she gets more programming for those. So it's kind of a thing. We got $7,500 in additional EMPG grant money for emergency preparedness. This pays a little bit of Joey Middleton's salary for doing our emergency stuff. I had already budgeted $70,000 from the state alcohol funds. We got $88,404. So I'm putting this money in there, and it is going to be used for police equipment to do with drunk driving, mostly cameras or storage of video. We got $15,000 from the Utah Arts and Museums for programming. Let's see if we can get, there we go. $20,000 from the Utah Humanities ARPA grant. So that's coming out of the federal American Recovery Plan Act, I believe is what that stands for. And then we went out on 2 fires in California and I believe 1 in Oregon this summer. And so we received $516,286 back. Some of that will go to covering the overtime. Some of that will go to covering the travel expenses. And then I am sending $146,000 over to the CIP fund to save for when they need to replace the truck that they always take to California when they do these. It will wear out a little faster because of the travel. And that's actually $143,410 for rental on our equipment. And then we received another $4,800 for the library fund from the Department of Cultural and Community Engagement to pay for the cost of the hotspots that you're available to rent at the library. Worked really good in California. I enjoyed it. and driving across the desert instead of using my cell phone. Oh, I don't know why that did that. Okay. So the other things we have are coming from reserves. The Pavilion Project for number 5 and the surrounding park landscaping. Well, we could just say the word COVID has caused cost increase. We're pretty positive. I've gotten almost promises, but no real promises that another $135,000 will take care of finishing that beautiful pavilion and all the surrounding landscaping so that it's done correctly. In capital projects, I'm going to pull from the reserves to put into a savings $75,000 from last year's firefighting. I neglected to do this when we received it, so that they can put that with the 143 and have money sitting there for their new truck when they need it. And then we sold bonds. So the MBA fund, the MBA fund needs the Municipal Building Authority. I originally moved 20 million of the 34 million that was sitting there and put it into the current budget. When all the bills were said and done and the period and fiscal year 21 was finished, we need to roll forward $8,330,000 for the City Hall building. So that's in there. It's coming from the MBA reserves, and then it will be used for City Hall. That number also includes a little bit of interest that the funds have earned. It's earning at about 0.3, so it's not earning a lot of money, but it is earning some. Hopefully that will go up now. Come on. Let's click. There we go. And then we did sell in November bonds for roads and streets. This will be going into the capital projects fund. Well, actually, the general fund will receive $6.5 million of bonds, and then I'm going to part of that will be used for the closing costs, and then I'm going to put the remaining amount, transfer it to the capital projects fund, and the projects will be done from the capital projects fund for roads. Danny's busily trying to, he's got a whole list of roads he's getting ready to send out bids on and start working on come spring. So this will help us in some of our major road projects. So some of this money will be in the general fund. If you read the ordinance, you'll see that we're transferring some of it to the capital projects fund, and then the projects will be done from there. So, and that's what's on there. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, that's what's on for the public hearing.
All right, great. Thank you, Brenda. I will now open this public hearing for public comment. Okay, seeing none, I will now close the public comment portion and send it to the council for a motion.
I'd make a motion at this time to approve an ordinance amending the city's fiscal year 2021-2022 budget.
I'll second. Is there a discussion on the motion? Okay, Brooke, would you take the roll?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the motion passes. That concludes public hearing. Let's go to business items, and we just have one. That's to consider a resolution approving the city council's appointment of representatives to boards and committees. Kat Martinez, council chair, will present.
So we need to appoint some representatives to boards and committees. Some of those that we are dealing with tonight is the Association of Municipal Councils, which Diane Turner has expressed interest in. For CIP, Pam Cotter, holding one position open. For ULCT, Rosalba Dominguez, and for the Chamber of Commerce, Pam Cotter. Those are the appointments that we're looking at this evening. keeping in mind that we are missing a 5th member of our council. And so there is one spot that's being held open, but once we find out who that new council person is, we'll be open to looking at rearranging things as best suits the strengths of those that are currently sitting on the council. So with that, that's all I have to share.
Great. Thank you. I would entertain a motion.
I would like to make a motion to approve a resolution approving the city council's appointment of representatives to boards and committees.
Great. Do I have a
Second.
Kat?
Second.
Okay, great. Thank you. Is there a discussion on the motion? Nope.
No, thank
We're all
you.
in agreement. Great. Thank you. Brooke, would you take the roll?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Motion passes unanimously. And now we will go to the mayor's report and questions that the council may have for him. Mayor Hales.
That's still weird to hear, but thank you, Diane. It's interesting every time you say I want to say I with you. So if you catch myself saying I think you guys are really good, then you'll know that I just slipped out an I and I will fake it. So anyway, but thanks. Honestly, I don't have anything besides just to say thanks to the council. I just love our rapport that we have just in the last 2 weeks. It's been fun. And to our department heads, really, we're lucky. And all of the employees, we are really a lucky, blessed city. And this 2 weeks, like I said earlier, has gone by really fast. Doug and Tammy and Kathy and I, no kidding, it'll be Monday, and then before you know it, it's Friday. And we'd like to stay Saturday and Sunday, but we're not going to. But anyway, right, Tammy? Didn't you say you wanted to stay for the weekend? It's so fun. Anyway, it's gone fast, and we've just had a blast. And so thanks to the administration for being so good with me and patient. And these 2 screens, seriously, I have never in my life had 2 computers. Everyone says, you are going to love it. Well, so far, I'm confused. But I think I'm going to love it. My wife, Cindy, says I'll love it. And I did learn to do that today, Doug. I dragged something across onto the second screen, and you know what? I might not impress you, but I impressed me. So, so anyway, thanks for your support, everyone, and thanks for the citizens for coming. And it's just been great being a part. So that's all I have.
All right. With that, we are adjourned. Thank you for attending. Oh, I'm sorry,
When
Pam.
I'll make it short, I promise. While I was attending the Utah Leagues of Cities and Town, it was brought to our attention that the Utah's First Lady, Abby Cox, is kicking off a brand new service initiative where she's calling upon Utahns to do 1 million acts of service throughout 2022. It is called the Pound Show Up for Service campaign. This is really an intentionally way to reconnect as a community, she said. She also said, as we all come through the pandemic, we need to lift one another and practice empathy. To take part, complete the 1, 2, 3 challenge. See 1, serve 2, invite 3. 1, we want you to recognize somebody that has helped you, that has done service for you. 2, we want you to think of 2 ways you can serve, she said. And step 3 is sharing it on social media, using the hashtag show up for service or show up, and tag 3 other people to join the challenge. And I want to thank the council for letting me bring this message out because I'm a big promoter of service. Thank you.
All right. Anything else? Sorry. Anyway, I cut you off. All right. Now we're adjourned. Thank you.